Hey, everybody. Excitement, excitement. Welcome to another episode of. Oh, wait, I don't have to say whatever I'm going to call this because I decided it's going to be Oddballs TV.
Perfect.
I'm odd. I have balls. I'm not going to say where, but I have them.
And I gotta go. No.
Have a great night.
Yep, that was the end of the show.
That's
that was
it.
the end of the show. All right. Slight change in the schedule. Hey, guys. Unfortunately, Will Morose had to buy more animals, and his shipment came in today. So he wasn't able to make it. And poor June at Ballistic, he's sick. Like, we're talking fever, chills, sweat. So I was like, stay in bed. I don't want to catch it.
Yeah, we don't want to catch COVID through the YouTube, so.
No. Yeah. I heard you can get it. What was it? Brian Cusco saying you can get it through emojis.
That makes sense.
Oh my god.
So Sal here beside me, that way, graciously accepted our invite today to appear on the first roundtable, which I'm ill prepared for tonight.
It's all right.
Very ill.
There's alcohol, so you're prepared as you need to be.
We'll be
Yeah.
good.
And without even trying to work this all out, we're all drinking red wine.
Yep. Meant to be.
I'm the only one out of a unicorn cup.
I spent all day rearranging my snake room.
Yeah. I was going to say, it looks different.
Yeah.
Yeah, I switched everything around so I could get more stuff in. The other levels of my 50/40 are still at Nick's, but this is going to go higher. I have the incubator up here now. The hog noses are over here.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a little more streamlined and it's a little more space efficient for me, finally. But this incubator is only sitting here for now because I have a Cornell's World one coming in. So I'll switch those out when it comes in. And then, I was just dying, like just pouring sweat all day, just lugging all the shit around by myself. Because Nick was supposed to come, and then when the change of plans happened, Nick was like, I'm just going to stay home. So I ended up doing it all myself.
I could have sent him a link. He could have done it anyway.
It's all right.
We'll reschedule. It's fine. I'll just be like, Will, when you got animals coming in, let's plan this around. Doesn't he have enough? Like, really?
Never.
I mean, everybody knows Chris by now. He's been on here. But Sal, why don't you give yourself a quick little introduction? Because, people may not know you here.
Yeah, for sure. So, I'm Sal from House of Gaia Pythons. So I've been into reptiles for quite some time, probably since I was like 14 or 15 years old. I started off getting, like most people do, with like a bearded dragon, which got me it got me pretty addicted. Like they were just, I don't know, ever since I saw a bearded dragon, I just thought they were like the coolest thing. Like in terms of just going to like a pet store at that time, like that was kind of the closest thing I'd seen to like a dinosaur in real life. So I started off there, and then I gradually, the next reptile I purchased was a ball python, just a regular, normal female. And from that point on, basically, I knew I wanted to work with reptiles pretty much up until this point. And I kind of ventured off after that too. Ended up getting a sand boa, African house python. And then actually after that, I ended up getting into boas, and that's when it really took off. So I ended up purchasing a male and female boa from like one of our local pet stores here. And at the time, I didn't really know quite yet what I was doing. I had no plan on breeding them or anything, but they did end up breeding, and I ended up with my first litter, I think in 2011.
Okay.
Yeah, and then ever since I had that litter of boas, I was just addicted. After like seeing those baby snakes and taking care of them and raising them, it was like absolutely amazing to me. So that's kind of got me to this point. And then I after the boas, I kind of got back into ball pythons after seeing all the new mutations that were coming out. Even I think at that point, the first mutation I had bought was a bumblebee male, I think, and it was like 900 or 1,000. I can't remember. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, ever since then though, it's just been, I kind of got off of it for a while. I had a kid and went through some stuff in life and got out of it, but I got back into it last year and really diving into it this time. So
it seems to be common with everybody I talk to that they got out of it and then went back into it.
Yeah. It is.
I mean, we haven't yet, but I mean, we're still new.
Yeah, no, it's and I think even when I got out of it, the community was a little bit different. It wasn't quite as bad, but it was still not that great. Like, people weren't sharing as much information as they are nowadays, and they weren't quite as supportive as you've heard. We all know how that went back in the day, but yeah, things have definitely changed now, and it's a much better place to be. For sure.
Yeah, that's what I hear. I know, like in the Cuban False chameleon world, like it's very secretive. Like nobody tells you what temps they incubate their eggs at because they're hard to hatch.
Yeah.
Like even the breeder I bought them from, she was like, "Oh, I do it at room temp." Okay, but what's your ambient temp in your room? Like, she's like, "Couldn't tell you." I'm like,
yeah, it's as if this information at some point isn't going to get out. Like, I don't understand not helping. I mean, it's going to get out eventually at some point. So, I mean, there's no use to keep it to yourself. But.
Well, and that's the thing. They're starting to become endangered in the wild due to the pet trade because they are hard to incubate their eggs. So, we will see.
Sad.
We will see. All right. Is Sal running his operation alone or with a partner or partner? Do you have a Nick or do you have,
I'm
Nick?
running it. I'm running it solo.
I was just about to say that.
I knew that was going to pop up.
I was just about to say that. Yeah. Or a Nick.
Yeah. Or a partner.
I've been hanging out with you way too long.
Oh, my God. Yeah, no, it's just me. My wife is very supportive of it, but in terms of just the maintenance and all that, it is just me. So,
yeah, that also seems to be common.
Yeah, yeah, which is
because
fine.
I was like that in the beginning. I was like, nope, have fun.
Yeah, exactly. Go for it. Like, yeah.
And then I'm like, ooh, these things are pretty. So. All right, I'm going to go to the first topic of the evening. So because of all this last-minute stuff, I'm very ill-prepared tonight. So Mr. Lance Kirkman of Kirkman Reptiles, if anybody knows him, good buddy, he wanted to know, and what was his thing? Candy versus Ultramel. Oh, where's Zach to have a heart attack? Anybody got a preference? Why you got a preference? Neither.
I don't know the first thing about candy. So
I know it looks like toffee.
Yeah, so based on that, I'm going to say Ultramel because toffee sucks. I honestly though, I'm not a fan. Like I like the tones in the lavender better than the tones in the toffee. I prefer purple over brown.
Yeah.
Why I would like something that looks better is beyond me. Don't hold me to it, but whatever.
I think with me with toffee, it's because it looks what I want from banana without the freckles. Because everybody knows the freckles bother my OCD.
Just get a banana Mojave and call it a day, and stop buying fucking toffee.
Mm-hmm.
So true.
Chris is going to be mean tonight. I can see it.
What?
I said Chris is going to be mean tonight. I can feel it.
This isn't mean. This is just normal. You don't want
That's
to be
just normal. Oh goodness. What do you think, Sal? Candy versus Ultramel?
I don't know too much about candy. Just because I haven't not like in a bad way, but I haven't really wanted to work with it myself. But I have the Ultramel stuff I've been seeing. I would probably just go towards Ultramel. But yeah, again, I haven't really planned on working with candy ever, so I would probably say Ultramel just because of the combos I've been seeing.
I think it's kind of tomato thing. Like it's two different things, so you've got a lighter morph versus something that's more rich too.
Not really though, and I just realized that I went off on a tangent in the wrong direction because I was saying lavender. But Ultramel is way more rich. It's
That's
yellow
what I
or more
mean.
rich, and it's like bronze is way more rich. I don't think Ultramel is a different line of albino altogether, so it's hard to actually compare the two. Toffee and lavender are just two different tones of the same type of albino, whereas
Yeah.
Ultramel you're going from, I believe it's negative to positive.
Yeah.
So it's really hard to compare because at that point it's all personal preference. I don't know why, for some reason, I thought you asked lavender, but I personally prefer Ultramel just for the richness.
Yeah.
But
Hmm.
that's just because that's what I look for in an animal. I like rich colors and I like lots of pattern.
Yeah.
That said, I work with lavender. I think that's kind of why I went that direction. So I can't say I hate any of it, but if I had to pick one of the two, it's Ultramel
Yeah.
over Candy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like them both, but for different reasons. Like you said, Ultramel is so much more rich versus Toffee/Candy, because we're going to put them in the same category. They're similar right now. So that's what I have. But I want to do different things with them. Ultramel, I'd like to get mahogany into it.
Yeah.
Really get those reds going, right?
Is there anything you don't want to get mahogany into?
That's the only thing I want to get mahogany into. You're talking about the dude on the other side of the laptop here who's sleeping.
It's all the same shit.
Mr. John Rennick, who is mahogany, Suma. He's like, I want a Suma lavender. And I'm like, why?
Because it would look incredible.
Have
you seen what albinos do to Sumas?
The Corey Wood. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's insane.
Yeah, it's pretty sick.
I'm like, it doesn't, I'm like, it just be like a more purpley snake than yellow.
I actually might buy a snake from Corey tomorrow, which is weird because I don't do business with Corey usually.
I can't afford to.
But he's got a pastel red axanthic double het or orange ghost puzzle. And I've been looking for a het or visual puzzle female, and fuck if I can find a visual puzzle female for under $5,000. So I saw this animal and I was like, you know what? I want to get this to put to my DG Posset puzzle to try and prove them out. And if it's going into a DG puzzle project, the red axanthic is not a bad call because all the 8-ball complex animals look phenomenal in Desert Ghost.
Yeah.
So I had the option of a super pastel HRA double het or a pastel RA, like pastel super het red double het, and I went not the super pastel. My male already has pastel in him anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, I might drive out and get him tomorrow. So I'm kind of excited for that.
Sweet.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, who's coming to get who? I hear police sirens.
It's because I'm literally around the corner from a
police station,
fire station, and all. Yeah, it's fantastic.
Mm. Yeah, we're going to be playing around with HRA and red axanthic a little bit, only because the mahogany John wanted happen to have it in it. So I got to look into that more.
I imagine an HRA Suma would probably be just as dark as your Sydney or Black Pastel Sumas. So that's probably not a bad direction for that project.
Well, especially when you've got the banana mahogany spot nose HRA. 50% het hypo with the mahogany lesser HRA het hypo.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Cool, that's an ovulation.
Nice.
Come on my channel, we ovulate, apparently.
Funny enough, that's a red axanthic hepide.
Nice.
Yeah,
I will say though,
ODYB enchipide.
If you want to see some cool stuff with Candy, the other Sal with Gomez Python, he's got some really neat stuff that he's doing with Candy. So we love Sal over here. He's a good dude.
Yeah, he's a pretty awesome guy.
Yeah, Callie.
I don't think I've ever talked to him.
No, really?
No, weirdly enough.
Super nice dude. He was over here the night Dave Kaufman came in.
Oh, cool.
he messaged him and was like, "I'm live with Kathleen. You should pop in." And he's like, "I did something today." I'm like, "You messaged Dave Kaufman, didn't you?" He goes, "I did." And I'm like, "You bastard."
It's all right. It was already in the works, Kathleen. There was like 3 different people messaging.
That's
Dave.
what Dave said, that he'd been trying to catch it for a while. He also says to tell him next time I keep doing lives, and I just don't.
We're up
That's
to
okay.
16 people. That's not bad.
Not bad. Well, I mean, you've got Jason live tonight. I think MJ's live tonight. Somebody else is live tonight. So people are just like, Will and June aren't here. We're gone. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Fucking Will.
We're going to give Will a hard time. He's just like, I caught one of Kathleen's lives. I'm just going to pretend I'm buying animals tonight.
I will be Will now.
Because, I mean, really, what more does he need in his collection? Like, honestly.
More Desert Ghost.
I love this new setup because I can just like look at my snakes. Like they're all just like within distance.
Squirrel.
This is great.
Squirrel.
So much more room for activities.
Or is it snake? Snake. They want you to pull out the hog nose again. I'm like, no blood on my channel, guys.
No. It's like immediate last time too.
I didn't even get him onto camera. Like he. The funny thing is, when I was moving the hog noses today, because I had to tear all this down because I actually put another level on this because I had one sitting around. And until I get the rest of it, I was like, screw it. I'm at least going to put that one extra level on and give myself another 4 adult pins. And I pulled him out, and he did the same, just like came right at me. And I was like, whoa!
Oh, my God.
Oh, man.
All right, let's go. Shane. Oh, Shane! If anybody hasn't voted yet, go vote for Snakes in the Fat Man contest. Vote Shane. We're pro Shane over here. Sorry, Corey. Sorry, John Feely. You're not even here anyways, guys. Listen.
Shane doesn't need your votes. He already has like 9 Batmans. He hatched from like 7 eggs somehow. I don't even know how he did it.
No, he has 8. Ron's getting one.
Brutal.
No, if Shane doesn't win, guys, it's going to be really hard here at home because all Scarlett wants for Christmas is Shane to win the contest. And if he doesn't win, then that obviously means Santa isn't real, according to her.
So wait, so if he does win, are you going to take credit for that somehow?
Yes.
So much pressure.
So wait, if he doesn't win, you have it out and just screw Santa. That dude just sucks. But if he does win, you're like, yeah, that was all me. I got this.
Yeah. We made it happen, baby.
The connections.
Amazing.
Like, she literally wrote a song. It was like, all I want for Christmas is you to vote for Shane. And then just ends it, and she looks at the camera, and she's like, if you don't vote for Shane, that means Santa's not real. And I'm like, oh my God. Sal, if you don't know my daughter, she's 6.
Yeah, I saw the video. It's hilarious.
So, yeah. Oh, there's
Amazing.
Corey. Ew.
Okay, Sal, where are you?
I'm in Calgary, Alberta.
Calgary, ew.
Yeah.
Ew.
I'm just joking. I'm from Hamilton, Ontario.
Why? Yeah, but
New Brunswick.
Yeah, we can both make fun of Kathleen,
Yeah,
so
I guess
that's even
true,
better.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, my hometown's famous for dairy cows per capita and hot air balloons.
Well, thanks for destroying the environment. I'm just joking.
You're welcome for the steak
Yeah. Okay, that's true. That's true.
and the milk. I mean, yeah. Oh, dear goodness. All right. I'm going to just screw it. We're going to pick from the topics that was supposed to be from Will and June and Chris's. All right. Paul Taylor, Snake Road Constrictors, wants to know, how would you go about, and I said about, guys, setting up a double visual project, like double head, double visual?
Your best way would be to pick yourself up some double het females now. Wait 18 months and then keep your eye out for a double visual male. That's your best way to go about it. So my suggestion would be pick up 2 or 3, let's say 2 gene codom double hets that are all different or at least somewhat different, and then go out and buy yourself a double visual. Or another way you can go about it, which will slightly work against your odds, but could end up working out great in your favor, and I've seen a lot of people do this, is instead of getting a double visual male, buy like a strong codom visual het. So yellow belly or fire or like something really cool. And then you have your 1 and 2 odds on the visual to the het for whatever your male's visual for, and obviously your longer odds are on the het to the het. But it sort of lines you up to have some even cooler combinations. So even when you miss, you have a lot of stuff you can hold back. Yeah, they're 66%, but you're still making offspring that are pretty likely to prove out when you miss. So
yeah.
And the visual hat's usually a little cheaper than buying a double visual too.
Quick note, Philip, that's New Brunswick, New Jersey. I'm in New Brunswick, Canada. Different place.
Different. Yeah. I would agree with Chris pretty much. Like, I mean, especially getting like the double het females early on if you can. I mean, it depends on what you can afford, obviously. If we can all afford to get double visuals, then go for it. But I mean, raising up those double hets for sure, because I mean, you're going to have to take that time anyway at some point to start raising those females. So getting them first is super important. And then depending on how much money you have, if you can afford that double visual, then definitely. But getting codoms into those double hets or the visual male, super important, I think, as well. Absolutely.
The other thing I didn't touch on is if you're stuck with a very tight budget and you don't think in the next couple of years you'll have anything extra, my suggestion would be to just keep your eyes open for that double visual male just off the hop. Don't even pick up the females. If you have some females that even if they're in some other projects, pick up your double visual male first, raise them up, and just throw them to a bunch of your females first year. Keep back any females you get and just start growing them up. And then every year, throw them to a couple different females and hold back a couple from that. So by the time your first set of double het babies are ready to go, you have like 2 to 3 more generations still coming up behind them of different and various combinations of double hets. So after all that, you can still breed them back to dad.
Yeah.
So
sure.
Like if
someone's gonna prove out.
But if you're doing something like clown pie, me and Nick are doing it the long way because we want to make our first one. We don't want to buy, like the first clown pie that comes into our collection is going to be one we made. We refuse to buy one. So we're kind of making that road a little harder on ourselves. But I mean, I have a bunch of clown het pies here right beside me. We have a bunch of double het combos. I have a straight double het, an Enchi double het, and then pastel clowns and pastel Enchi clowns that are het pied. And then I have this dude here.
Holy crap, man. So sick.
This is pastel het lavender, 50% het pied. Pastel clown het lavender, 50% het pied, sorry. So if he proves out, we're pretty much laughing.
Oh, yeah.
If I put this to either of the clown het pieds and he proves, I mean, we're going to be hitting a couple clown pieds. Oh, there he is. Oh, whatever. So, I mean, there's lots of ways to do it. If you just want to be an idiot like Nick and I are being and refusing to just buy the double visual male to make your life easy, there's lots of ways you can go about it and make it a lot harder. But,
or cheaper because you're poor.
Yeah.
Well, here's the funny thing. We have the money to do it, and we're choosing not to.
Yeah.
So we're like wrong side of the problem.
Yeah. Because I'm just gonna invest in visuals and make my own double hats and stuff.
So I actually also have a pastel yellow belly clown female that's possibly het pied just based on some other stuff that proved out from Billy's. So we put her to the banana ODYB and she pied.
Nice.
So if she proves out, we're laughing. I'm gonna have a bunch of cool pied het clown stuff. So
yeah, I get what you're saying with the double het thing. Like if it's double het, getting the male, because I happen to fall upon that male. I have a Pastavi double het hypo clown. Got it off Kijiji for $100. Verified it's pairing with the original breeder. Great, awesome. I might be pairing it to my pastel mystic and holding all the females back and praying.
Yeah.
Something that should prove out. I mean, it may not be double het, but at least it'll be het for stuff. You never know.
The only thing I would ever say about using a double het male is make sure you get him with a couple double het females, which obviously you didn't do.
I got him for $100 back in June when I just first started. I mean, would you pass that up?
It depends on where I was in the hobby, but
in my position,
it all depends, because right now you're stuck not being able to do anything with him until you have a double het that's ready.
No, but I can make some allelic animals with them, which is
sure you can, but you're making a bunch of pos 50% hats, right? Double hats.
Yeah.
So I mean, you can work the really long road that way and just hope some of them prove out, and then get really lucky and hope some prove out double het. But you're working long odds in that because first of all, you're hoping you get eggs, then you're hoping they hatch, then you're hoping once they hatch they come out female.
Yeah.
Then you're hoping once they're female, they're double het. Then you're waiting 3 years to grow them up. Like it's a long, hard fight when you're using a het or double het male and making your own hets from it.
Well, I'm going to use them to make hypos too, because I have some het hypos.
If you can make some visual hypo 50% het clowns, then you're in a lot better position.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm going to either next year or the year after, depending on how the mahogany ages up, right? Because we got that mahogany lesser HRA het hypo. That's a mouthful. Who named these things? Like seriously.
Well, Corey Woods named HRA, and that's the stupidest name ever.
I'm like, okay, I understand your thought process, but I mean, let's save the hets for the, recessive stuff.
Well, see, this is the biggest problem with it. He's not technically wrong.
That's what I mean. I understand his thought process. I get it.
Because technically,
but let's not confuse things.
Oh, absolutely. But the problem is, we wouldn't be confused if the hobby actually used the terminology correctly. And it's actually the way that the hobby uses the terminology that makes it confusing, not because of how he named it.
Oh my God. It would make so much things easier if he called something like a het ivory instead of yellow belly.
Well, here's the thing, though. And a yellow belly is a het ivory, technically.
That's what I mean, though. Yeah. It'd be easier.
So you could technically call a het red axanthic a red axanthic, and you could call what is now the red axanthic the super. It really doesn't make that much of a difference. But it's just kind of funny that there's people that don't realize that incomplete dominant animals are actually heterozygous animals. Hets aren't only for recessives, and people assume they aren't. I've gotten into that conversation and argument a few times with people. They're like, "Oh, that's not het. That's a visual." It's like, it doesn't matter. If there's a super, it's a het.
It makes the same. Yeah, it's the same.
It would just make my life easier, especially with my dumbass learning Morse and the stuff. Because like ivory confused me in the beginning because I'd be on Morse market, whatever the Morse market calculator, like ivory. Oh, cool! I'm gonna click ivory. And it doesn't tell you what it's made of. So you think it's its own gene, and then you're like, oh, yellow belly, what's that? What's my dumbass.
Ivory?
Sick.
Cute.
Female, ivory, 50%, or 100% het pied, 50% het lavender.
I was going to say there's something else in there, isn't there?
Yeah. It's got to be a het something.
Yeah. I got two of them, and they're both possibly Billy's new gene also.
Awesome.
And they're both completely different, so I assume one is.
Billy's new gene is everywhere.
In my stuff, it is.
Apparently, it might possibly be mine. Jesus.
Well, it did come from the same dad, but like, look at this thing.
Yeah.
It's just aging like crazy, like
Oh,
aging
crap.
so well.
So
Yeah.
sick.
Oh yeah.
Want to be
My
pied,
snake. My snake runner is sleeping.
which is very cool.
So great animals to have in the collection. Yeah. I tried to get as many like supers and allelic animals and visuals as I possibly could in the beginning. And I'm like, F it, I will make my own stuff.
Yeah.
Justin Goldsmith commented, Chris, talk me into buying Miguel's Ivory Pastel Enchi possible OD Hepide.
Okay, so
I
it's
should
Miguel's
not
Ivory.
have to, but
Yeah.
I'll put it out there right now. If you don't, I'm literally going to text him once this is done. Because I didn't even know he had that animal, and now I want it. So I would suggest you do that before this is finished, because I also actually just sent Miguel a Christmas present, which he'll have today when he gets home. It's waiting for him. So I won't have a problem getting that snake.
He's already buttered him up. You have to hurry.
Exactly. I wasn't going to use it for that, but I might as well.
Man.
And I'm sitting there, as much as it says het pied, being like, oh, the 3 ways I could make with that.
I'm just looking at it going, man, I could make banana, super Enchi, ivory, super OD pies with that animal? Okay.
Unreal.
Oh, yeah, because you're a banana.
Yep. So, he said he just messaged him.
I just messaged him.
You told me to talk you into it. I did.
And then.
That's funny.
I was going to say, like, okay, 1, it's Miguel. 2, it's, yep, no, go buy that now.
Did
it
you
male?
guys
Is it-
see what Nicole at Canadian Regis bought today? It was posted on Miguel's story.
No.
Cypress Batman mail.
Oh my god.
It's insane. It's so nice.
Holy crap.
It was funny because she sent me a message and she showed me a picture of it, and I was like, that animal looks so familiar. I was like, that's a fantastic pickup. And I was just like scratching my head, like, why have I seen that before? Then I flip over to Instagram. The first story I had is him being like, oh, Nicole Canadian Regis bought this. And I was like, oh, fuck, that's why I saw it. Like,
As I'm
that's
sitting here
only
right now,
almost a 10 grand animal. Like, no biggie.
Yeah. No worries.
Fuck.
Holy crap, man.
like, my God, some of the pricing in this industry scares me.
Oh, I know.
Because I'm like 10 grand. I'm like, I'm sitting here looking now. Holy crap on a cracker. That's insane.
You see it?
Yeah, I Googled. Well, I Instagrammed.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I don't.
We've been waiting
No.
for it.
I can like show you
You
guys.
want to talk about expensive fucking snakes?
Holy crap. That
Like-
thing is just crazy.
I don't know
love
if you
this
guys
thing.
can see that. Like, that's insane.
Whoa. There's too much craziness going on.
I love this thing, man.
Like, unreal.
The craziest snake I have in my collection is that banana mahogany something. And too long. I'm done. I need to shorten it. Like, I'm just gonna call it the something.
There's something. I like it.
Yeah. There's something. John's banana. No, he has 2. No, he has 3. Never mind. My house is being taken over by mahoganies and bananas. Is there any gene you're working with specifically, Sal, or?
I pretty much like pied anything, to be honest. Like, pied is kind of like, I don't know if it's my main focus, but it's up there for sure. Pied anything. Like, I still, like, I'm still getting used to all the new genes. So, like, getting back into it last year, even compared to, 6 years ago, it's crazy. Like, how many different genes have already popped up. Like, it's nuts to me. I'm still trying to catch up on what a lot of the new genes are doing. But, even back then to me, like, just getting a couple codoms into pied was nuts. So when I came back into it, and saw like we're getting, you know, a lot of like double recessives and even triple recessives with codoms or doms into it, I'm like, it's nuts to me. So now I'm just trying to build up like a pied army basically and hold back as many females as I can. And that way in a couple of years or a year, whatever, I can try to get like a more powerful pied male. And yeah, just kind of start working around pieds as much as I can. And getting into double hets too. I want to make my own double hets. I'll end up purchasing double hets for sure. But I would like to make my own as well. Like clown pied for sure. That's why I'm always so jealous of Chris's stuff, because like I as soon as I saw clown pieds, man, I was just like, holy crap, like it's something else.
Oh, I know. I'd like to hit a clown lightning pied, but I'm nowhere near ever gonna hit that right now.
That would be amazing. Yeah,
I accidentally walked into Hypo Clown Pied, only because the female pied I used to make the double hets was also had hypo, and I didn't have any hypo, so I was like, might as well use it for this. And obviously, you guys have seen the result of that clutch. They're unbelievable. But I wasn't even. I was just gonna ignore the head hypo or pause head hypo. And then these things came out, and I was like, nope, not doing that. Guess we're going Hypo Clown Pied now.
Hell yeah, man. Like, that is such a sick combination, too. And I think, like, Hypo got, well, as we all know, like, it got kind of sidelined for a while, but, like, you can't ignore, like, some of the Hypo combos are just insane. Like, I know Desert Ghost is kind of taking over a bit, but Hypo is still there, man. Especially in Clown, and, like, getting into Pied, too, is just, it's so cool still.
I kind of like Hypo better than Desert Ghost. Unpopular opinion, but
I don't know. That's a tough one.
Okay, remember though.
What?
We're getting closer now.
Christopher, remember though. Unless I've seen it. All right, Chris is gone, guys.
I can't hear you.
Yeah.
He's gone. No, but you gotta remember though, at this stage of the game and where I'm located, if I haven't seen it in person, I don't really know what it's like.
True.
So I'm basing things off of like a picture.
You can be wrong all you want. No excuse is gonna make it okay.
Yeah. Seeing it in person, like I don't know if that's what it'll take, but like when I saw the first Desert Ghosts in person.
Oh, I love Desert Ghosts. I want Desert Ghosts for certain things, but I like the hypo right now more, but I have hypo.
Yeah.
I have never had the level of excitement hatching a clutch that I had when I hatched those DGs.
The one that was not for sale, and then and then somebody bought them.
Kathleen, it would have cost more for one than your entire group cost.
Oh, I know.
If they were for sale, and they weren't for sale. But Will literally made us an offer we could not say no to.
I know.
It was to the point where it was just like, if we say no to this, it's the stupidest thing. Like, at the end of the day, we do have to make some money here.
Yeah.
And his offer was all of them or none of them. Like, all of them or that's it. And then the animal that he threw in kind of just, it topped it off and
sealed the deal.
Yeah, we don't post enough of that.
I wish I could be Will Monroe. Like, that life. Just be like, I want them all or not at all. Here's the whack of money. Like, I have to go pick my ship and just sneaks up from the airport. Like, really, can I have your life? Like, really?
I just want to know who he's importing from that's sending them on a Saturday night. That's the thing.
It might not be importing. He might have chosen to do it that way because of the backup of FedEx and stuff. He might have chosen cargo.
It doesn't matter. Everything's slowed down right now. It doesn't matter what kind of courier service you use. There's not a single one that's operating at normal efficiency right now.
Yeah.
Even our normal post is destroyed right now. Like, everything's backed up.
Yep.
So, first of all, the fact that he had a shipment coming on a Saturday is a nightmare. So that's probably why he's going directly to the airport to get it. But like, that just sounds like a recipe for disaster to me.
Oh yeah. Like, I'm like, good luck, have fun. You're gonna be there all night.
Yep.
Oh my
Scary,
god.
man. Especially right now. This close to Christmas. Shitty. Well, I don't know how the temperature is there, but
Now get this though. I ordered 2 days ago. I ordered the little sipper nozzles you put on like tubing for rats, right, to make a sipper system. 2 days. It arrived today. I ordered stuff in the beginning of quarantine that hasn't even left the original facility yet.
That's funny.
yep.
But
No surprise.
little rat nozzles, you know, little nipples or whatever you call them. 2 days. 2
Rush
days.
order.
And it wasn't even express shipping. It was just regular Prime. Like,
They probably just like lived down the street from you. They probably just walked it over and like dropped it in your mailbox.
yeah, there we go.
I'm
No,
going to
it
get
left.
more wine. I'll be right back.
See, that's why I have the bottle right here. I don't even put a glass down. No, that's funny. See, I like DG over everything. Okay, I like DG, but again, I haven't seen it in person. So
Yeah, I was the same way, to be honest. Like I hadn't really seen DG in person until like I when I first saw the one I picked up recently.
yeah.
When I saw it in person, that's what changed my mind about it. Because before I was kind of in the same boat, to be honest. I was like, it is nice, but I didn't see that price there yet. And then when I saw it in person, I was like, okay, I understand now. Like it is really hard to capture it on camera. But I mean, it is nice. But that's the thing though, is that hypo is still really nice. Like there's still some really cool things to be done and have been done with hypo. So
I have the Mahogany Lesser HRA at hypo, but I've seen the full visual of it and it's night and day. You go from a gray snake to a yellow and pink.
See, that's like insane. Like I know it's so crazy. Just that one, and all it takes is that one gene, right? And it completely changes it. Like
absolutely, one gene and it changes it. I'll have to the breeder that bred them. He's coming on in a few weeks. I'll have to get him to because he'd have the the hatchling pictures to do them side by side because it was so insane.
Yeah.
That like I have the het hypo. Well, you know how I have the Mahogany Lesser HRA het hypo.
Yes.
The same breeder had the full visual, and the differences that like the visual to the het makes like went from like my gray steak, right, which is it's a nice steak. It went to like a yellow and pink steak.
So there's also always a chance that when you combine certain genes with HRA or cinnamon or black pastel, there's a chance everything just washes out. And it doesn't happen all the time, but it does happen sometimes. So you could end up with a snake that looks like this. I like that I have examples for everything.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I know. It's
right
great.
here.
But like this guy right here.
Yeah.
This is a girl, actually. Sorry. This is a lesser pastel cinnamon pinstripe.
Whoa, sweet.
Just
like
gone. It. Pattern's gone. Heck clown.
I mean, it's an interesting looking snake.
Oh, I love her. I think she looks amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get you though. It does kind of it takes away a lot.
Well, yeah, that Mahogany Lesser HRA I have, it's a gray snake. Like, you can't tell there's mahogany in it. I'm looking at it and I'm like,
This snake won't go back. She's
like, it's my time to shine. She's like, it's my time to shine.
It's funny because this snake will never unball for me. She'll eat like a fiend. She's going into one of these new tubs beside me that I set up today. But she just like I cannot bring her out and actually just have her be chill ever.
Can we get that on a shirt?
What?
Paul Taylor, pardon me while I whip this out. Like, let me show you my example.
Let me show you my balls. Let me whip them up.
Yeah, Saturday night, Chris is whipping his balls out. Typical Saturday night. What else will we do on Saturday night? Like, honestly. We want to know. Justin, keep us updated. Like, in fact, if you could somehow negotiate the deal in this chat, like, I want to be updated on this. We'll invite Miguel over. And no, I'm not having a whole nether glass. No. Bad news bears.
Callie, Capo Python said, when you getting Beauty's sibling? I assume she means the live she's getting from Billy. So I'm picking up a super black pastel, possible asphalt, possible super asphalt. Oh, what else is it? Pastel, super black pastel, possible asphalt, possible super asphalt, possible het lavender, possible het monsoon female.
Holy shit.
Yeah, pretty crazy.
Proven out to do. Holy.
Justin, now he's tempting me with a freeway pos lav. Yep, get it.
Get them all.
I mean, I would.
Get them all.
Tell him to check his damn mail.
Tell him we'll send him a link and he can open up his mail right here.
That would be pretty awesome. But seriously, tell him to open his mail because I need him to see what I sent him. It's pretty awesome.
Did you send him a drill dough?
No. I'm waiting for people to send me the drill doughs. I don't send them to people. Come on, Kathleen. Miguel's too classy for that anyways. Like, seriously. Miguel's the one that's participating the most in those auctions.
I know, that's the funny thing.
Mm-hmm.
I've never talked to him yet. I mean, I just learned about him like 2 weeks ago. So, where have I been in this industry? Nowhere.
Oh, Alyssa said to talk about my calico. My pastel calico that I always post on Instagram like 3 times a week.
Oh, is that just a pastel calico?
It's pastel calico poshet hypo.
Oh, nice.
So, and then I'm breeding her to the fire clown male. So hopefully if she goes, it'd be sweet to make some firefly calico het clowns. And then if she did prove out to be het hypo, that'd be intense, obviously. But I love the calico gene in clowns, man. I think some of the combos it's gonna work well with it's gonna really be insane. And I know some of it doesn't really show up too well. Like I know the just like the plain calico clown wasn't too crazy, but I follow like a lot of Garrick de Myers videos, and some of the calico clowns he's made are just like insane. I think he made like yellow belly spot nose calico clown. That thing was nuts, like nuts. And it to me it showed me that red gene really wasn't doing too much in that. Just for me, I don't think it was doing that much, but I think adding calico into yellow belly and spot nose clown is pretty sick.
I don't believe red gene and rigor gene are actually a thing. I think people just made them up. They're just like, that's what this is.
That's
not actually, but I think they're just.
Yeah.
I looked at them and I'm like, what am I looking at? Like, seriously.
Yeah.
But again, I'm new, so I'm like, am I just being stupid? So,
I think that yellow belly and spot nose in clown are super important, and you can really mix so many different things with them, and it's just going to intensify for the most part.
Oh man, like I can't wait.
With what and what?
Yellow belly and spot nose.
Yeah, yellow belly and spot nose. Is that what you said?
Here we go.
Yeah.
Yellow belly and spot nose.
Look at the flames! Like
it's nuts. I love this combo.
Seriously, one of my favorite clown combos right there.
Look at that! Look at the head on this guy. Like,
and that's another thing. I want, like, I like having clowns with that head stamp, man. Like, that's part of the clown thing for me. I like that head stamp.
Mary Python and the Holy Balls popped in.
Hey.
Nava Reptiles popped in. Zach, you missed it. We already talked about Ultramel. You're late. Too bad for you.
I guess we gotta stop talking all that shit about Zach now that he's here, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
crap.
I mean, I love Zach. He's so nice.
No, I had a lot of fun with Zach last night.
I'm so mad the baby woke up and I had to feed her. and put her back to bed. Like,
I was so mad that it seemed like every 10 minutes we had some new technical difficulty. At first, Zach had no audio, and then Brad came on, and when he left, he ended the stream, and then my phone just randomly died, and then I switched back from my phone from my iPad after it charged up a bit, and then it randomly died again. Like, what a headache.
My favorite Zach technical difficulty thing was when he was on my channel, and it was right in the beginning, and I surprised him, and he was just like, before he started doing like they're connected by creature thing, he's like, everybody's hyping me, but I'm going to, from today on, I'm going to start, repping myself and getting myself out there, and then he froze. It's like the internet couldn't handle it.
Couldn't handle it.
And it was me and John Seeley and Marshall just standing there just dying for 10 minutes because he's still ranting, in the background, and didn't even notice he was frozen. And he's just like, I'm going to start representing myself, and I get myself out there, and I'm going to be great and amazing if nobody can handle it. And he's frozen going, it was fantastic. I have a screenshot of it. Like, that moment just stay forever. Yes, we have to. Chris, what's your thoughts on this mahogany / stranger?
Hey, Mazma.
Duck. They asked a question, Chris.
I know. I think Stranger is amazing, and people that think that it's the same as Mahogany are just butthurt that they can't afford Stranger or that they invested in Mahogany. I think there's a good chance that they might be allelic. I think there's a good chance there's something similar about them, but I in no way, shape, or form think they're the same gene. I've seen things in Stranger that I've never seen Mahogany do. I can see why people pull the connection between the two from certain combos. A really low expression pastel Stranger can look a lot like a pastel Mahogany. But as soon as you go past 1 and 2 gene combos with Stranger, it's just, they're night and day. Like, well, I shouldn't say night and day, but it's like comparing fucking apples with fucking cement. Like, it's not the same.
I mean, I have Mahogany because, that's what John's into, and so I don't see the similarities between like a single gene Mahogany and a Stranger, but again, I'm stupid. But I don't. But I think we might see another new allelic family.
Yeah.
Because there's another one there too, isn't there? Cinder or something?
They think. I'm not too sure. Now, here's the funny thing. Everyone's like, oh, why won't they show the Super Stranger? It's probably an all-black snake. That means it's the same. It's like,
doesn't mean nothing.
Is cinnamon and black pastel the same gene because they make a similar super? No, but they do combine, and they are similar.
Lesser Mojave.
Yeah, and then look at a cinnamon clown versus a black pastel clown. As soon as you start mixing it into different things, just because they look similar, like, and how many times have we seen this in ball pythons before, where we thought something was like almost the same, and then ends up as soon as you start mixing it, it reacts way different. Like way different.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and it's funny too because people are like, "Oh, it's just like fire and all the offshoots of fire, like sulfur and stuff like that. It's still the same thing." Like,
yeah.
No, I don't think so. The offshoots of fire are because people think they can make a little more money by putting a cool tagline on their fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like, whenever you're ready and she's thrown and you're ran out of females for your Stranger, like, you can borrow my female.
I will never run out of females.
But you know what I mean, like,
breed him until he dies, and
But you know what I mean, like when you're ready for Mahogany.
I won't do that, but he's gonna have a lot of work ahead of him.
Oh man!
But you know what I mean, like, if you need a female Mahogany at some point,
I'll probably own 5 of them by then, because when he gets like 100 grams away from breeding weight, I'm just gonna go crazy looking for breeder Mahoganies. But I will happily breed the two together and happily share the results with everybody. I don't give a fuck. Like, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I don't think...
Well, I think that'd be an interesting combo, though. Because I don't think... Because I've got the Mahogany, the Lesser, and the HRA. Your stranger's got a whole crap ton of crap.
Yeah, so, wait, your Mahogany's a male, isn't he?
I have a female.
Oh, I thought it
And
was
a
a
male.
male.
No, the Mahogany Lesser HRA had hypo was female.
Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, because mine's pastel leopard, probably yellow belly stranger het clown.
Yeah.
That's just like...
That's why I said, when you want to borrow a Mahogany, get at me. I will send her to you.
That male's going to be pumping dust by then.
I'm going to be opening his bed, and he's going to be like, again? Really?
Why,
Like,
man?
dude,
Come on.
I just want a nap and a meal. Like, that's all I need.
Yeah.
And be like, no, one more.
Yeah. Come on. You got this.
Chris sitting there cracking the snake hook.
Yeah.
Get him a little shot glass of orange juice. Just like, no, this is fine.
No,
Several
you're gonna
audible-
want to do straight IV fluids at that point.
Yeah. Oh my god.
No, that that one's a female. I have the banana mahogany spot nose HRA het hypo, possible het hypobic male.
Paul said poor stranger is going to need Viagra. He will. 100% he will. Have you ever seen limp hemipenes? That's what he's going to have. They're just going to come out and go,
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yes. So good.
That's horrible.
Uh,
Oh my, I can't. Limp hemipenes. Let's just hope, he's not one of those snakes that are just like, nope, I'm not breeding.
no, I have a feeling that dude's going to be a heavy hitter. Like the day after I got him home, crushed a wean. And then I think he also took a pup on the same day because I had an extra one. Yeah, like he's just a beast.
sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited.
31 people. Holy, I think that's the highest I've hit tonight. You guys had nothing to do tonight? Like, really? No, but I'm very excited.
You're
so
welcome.
far. You can't do that anymore. You shaved.
It's coming back though.
It was
Slowly.
exciting.
Yeah, it's
Slowly.
coming back.
You popped in that thing, and I like my first comment. Like, as soon as I got in the chat, I was not like, "Hi, everybody." I was like, "You shaved."
I was actually gonna go right down. Like I was actually gonna clean shave everything, and then I was like, I don't want to go on the podcast Mr. Clean style.
But here's the thing: because of that lighting and like the way it was set up, you looked like you were clean shaven.
I know.
It's
was
hard
like-
because then I always end up like, whenever I do that, I always end up ghost feeling my beard. So I'm just like feeling my bald skin. I
have the
Like,
same problem, guys.
I always do this. I'm just like,
Yes.
where'd it
I
go?
know.
Where'd it go?
It's such a habit, man. Like all the time, driving, everything. I'm
Yeah.
always like sitting there just rubbing.
I have a really bad habit while I'm driving. I actually have a comb in my center console, and I just comb my beard just like as a like a nervous tick.
Yeah,
And
seriously.
I always pick it up and go, oh yeah.
Yeah, right.
Neither do I,
Nothing to really
Tyler.
call.
I don't know why I'm here either. Like, seriously, nobody does. We don't know. We had nothing to do tonight as I drink wine from my unicorn cup.
Paul said, Chris, are you working any DG Clown stuff? Not yet. I only have a very small amount of DG stuff right now. We're going to start off doing the DG Pied stuff because we bought the Leo DG Het Pied male.
Oof.
He's going to go to a ton of stuff at Billy's this year. And then next year, probably our pastel clown 50% het puzzle will go to a couple, or pastel DG 50% het puzzle will go to a couple of our clowns, just because DG clowns are nuts. They're
Oh,
so
man.
nice.
Yep.
Oh my god.
100%.
I can't wait for you to breed that leopard CG thing
Yeah.
that you did. I can't remember all the genes.
He's
in
already
it.
been paired. He went to my ivory already, and then he's also going to go to the Super OD Fire. So,
Man.
yeah. So OD, the one combo is Yellow Belly Het DG 50% Het Pieds minimum, and the other one is OD Het DG 50% Het Pieds minimum, and then both of them have the option for Leo, and then the other one has fire in it too. So there could be some
Man.
insane babies. Out
I
there.
would
I'm very
just be
excited.
happy with like a leopard yellow belly het
Insane.
DG. Like not even. I'd be happy with the yellow belly het DG at this point. You know.
Everybody would. It's an amazing animal.
Yeah, that's just that.
Yeah.
Those are crazy pairings. Holy
But
crap.
it was funny because I was sitting here with my ivory and I was like, oh, I have my ivory. What can I do? Well, I have the Enchi Asphalt Hepide. I could make Mardi Gras 50% Hepides, which would be amazing. Like that would
Yeah.
be a great pairing. And I was like, yeah, that would be safe. Or
Or
Let's go crazy.
yeah, so the good thing is, especially after this year, I have a pretty good eye for Hepide in Yellow Belly now. There's a
Yeah.
lot of really subtle markers that I think a lot of people don't pick up on. So I'm really hoping in the clutch from the Ivory, I can just hand pick out my double het females to hold back.
Nice.
And then, you know what? Down the line, we might be seeing some Ivory DG Pides.
Oh man.
Yeah, so that'd be pretty cool.
Killing it.
I just want a yellow belly at DG so I can make a DG freeway. I mean, I'm simple.
Oh, that'd be sick too. Yeah.
I'm simple.
So
Tyler's
I guess,
pairing his spot nose times enhanced already got lost.
Oh, I never even thought about this, Kathleen. You just made me think about it. I can put my Leo DG Het Pied to my Super Asphalt Pastel Enchi Plus Triple Het Hypo Albino Pied. Because if she proves out, then I'll be making Leopard, Enchi, Pastel, Asphalt, Pied, Het DGs potentially. Oh, I didn't even
All
think
right,
about that
I'm
pairing. Thanks.
done. I'm done.
Thank you, Kathleen.
I give you good ideas all the time.
No, I actually I'm not being funny. I
No,
actually hadn't
that's
thought
up
about
you.
that.
Yeah,
Holy
that
crap.
actually would be a kick butt pairing, and I'm kind of just like, that's not fair.
Yeah, that's just crazy, man.
My
Yes.
pick was the Mojave Asphalt to the Ivory this year. Woo!
Hey, well,
Kathleen, my first clutch, I made pinstripe het clowns, and I was so excited about them. So don't downplay it. Like the fact that you can have
Oh, yeah.
ivories in your first clutch, like that's pretty insane.
hell
I was
yeah.
hitting
You
pinstripes
mean
going,
freeway?
oh yeah, this is amazing, or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just
I
praying
just-
for healthy babies over here. Like I have cool pairings and stuff. Like I have ones I want more than others, but I just want healthy babies. Like I don't. At this point, that's all I'm hoping for, man. Like
Zach, slow down and say that one more time. No.
So so the female is a super asphalt pastel enchi possible triple het hypo albino pied. Yeah. And then the male is Leo DG het pied. So if the female proves out het pied, I'll
Where's
have
my wine?
pastel enchi leopard asphalt pied het desert ghosts that could also potentially be het for the other two if she proves out down the line. Yeah.
just insane, man.
What the fuck?
Yeah, seriously, like unreal. This is what I
So
mean.
my
Oh,
Mystic
sick, Tyler,
Crystal's
that's
got
amazing.
loony. My Mystic Crystal got loony size follicle.
That's great.
Woohoo!
That's all you want.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm pretty
I have-
excited about that.
I have a girl down here, Banana OD Spider Het Clown, female. She's supposed to lay in the next 2 weeks, and I'm pretty sure she's gonna slug out, and I'm so bummed. She was my first big investment animal. We dropped $2,000
Yeah.
on her when she was like $500, and at the time I thought $2,000 was insane for a snake, like just
Uh-huh.
stupid. And then she was a shitty eater, and this and that and the other thing. And yeah, now she's coiling on the hot spot and just does not look like she's got any eggs in her. So I'm pretty bummed about that.
Oh yeah.
If I could hit a female banana OD clown or a female making male, I'd be over the moon. Like even if I get 1 or 2 eggs, I'll be happy.
Yeah.
So
I just
Fingers
want to
crossed.
hit a couple female special het clowns, like hit a few of them and pop that to my lesser leopard het clown. Away we go. I'd be happy with a lesser leopard special het or special clown.
Yeah.
I'm not pretty mad at that.
Hell no.
So I had to pull this girl out yesterday, and I didn't realize how big she'd gotten, but she's getting there. But I've decided this girl's going to go to the. I can't do the spot nose yellow belly clown, so I'll have to make another combo for her because she's in Gene Woma. But this is a mist. Do you see that crazy yellow on her
The
sides?
Mystic Crystal Loma.
Mr. Crystal, Hidden Gene Woma yellow belly.
Yeah,
female.
I forgot a Jane. Sorry.
But she'll go to a cool clown combo.
Yeah.
I
Sick.
can't do spot nose because of the hidden gene Woma, but I mean, I have a pastel lithium clown male at Nick's. The Motley clown male is here. I still have the leopard pastel lesser clown, which I'll probably avoid because obviously a lilac animal because she's Mr. Crystal and the other one's lesser. But I mean, we have some options, so I'll be putting her to a cool clown male, but it'll be awesome. Everything will either be mystic or special. Like
That's what
can't
I'm
go wrong.
excited about. That's what
Well,
I'm
yeah. The thing is the thing about the mystic crystals is though you don't even get Mojave in the mix, right? It's only mystic or special, so it's pretty cool.
Sweet.
Well, that's just what we're doing to make single codom hex clown females this year.
Crystals are great. They're beautiful animals.
Oh yeah.
It's just it's cool because right now, and I think people think I've been doing this a lot longer than I have. But right now we're at the point where a lot of our investment animals that we bought in our first and second year are finally hitting size. So we went from having some pretty cool pairings. Like obviously we did really well for ourselves this past year. We made some really awesome animals. You know what? And I'll say it. We sold a good amount of animals. We made a fair bit of money. But come next year, like I have in this bin right here, this one right here, I have a pastel het ready xanthic pied female that's like 3,200 grams that went to the banana OD and banana ODYB and she pied. So she's got to have 9 to 10 follicles. Everything's guaranteed pied. So we're gearing up pretty heavy. I'm hoping that this year's fantastic.
Mazda says, guys, have you seen the RCR video with 514 reptiles where he shows his lace yellow belly plus something else? Lace gene is on fire. I thought that was a B gene. Actually, those sides are so clean. So, Mazda, if you actually go into my channel and look at my previous videos, the one with Marshall Lob Moore, like that, the stuff that guy is doing with lace is insane. So I'm very aware of lace. Actually, the other night, every time Marshall said lace, I took a drink, and I was very feeling good by the end of the show.
Very feeling good. Yeah, lace is sick, for sure.
Billy just picked up a white lace yellow belly.
Oh, man,
and it's actually nicer than any DG I've ever seen. I can't believe I'm saying that, but he pulled it out, and I was like, oh, man, what DG combo is that? And he was like, there's no Desert Ghost or Enhancer in this at all. No recessives. And I was like, no fucking chance. And then he told me, and it just blew my mind.
The best advice...
that recent video with, like, the snakes that came in frozen?
Yeah.
Was that the white lace? Yeah, that thing is crazy, man.
Insane.
The best advice Marshall gave me about lace is treat it like a recessive. Like, treat it like a het, and then your visual is, like, super. Yeah, because he said it's going to be hard in the beginning until to spot the lace versus the super form.
It's probably the same as the oh my goodness, sorry, the monsoon stuff. Right? Yeah. The het monsoons, I can tell you instantly now. But a year ago, I would have had as good a guess as anybody.
You don't think it's recessive though, right?
It's not recessive.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it. Like just the markers, like even the stuff that you show when you're looking at that head, man. Like I'm like, how is that head?
I wish I could pull that out and show you right now, but she hasn't eaten yet, and I don't want to keep fucking with her. But I'm actually pretty sure that animal's hypo. I'm pretty sure my dad proved out had hypo because I found this out after the fact, but the brother of that snake's dad proved out had hypo. So there is a chance he had hypo. I don't know where that came from down the line, but he was bred to a visual hypo, and that snake's head does not look like any fire special I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Even with Het Monsoon. Like, it just...
Well, yeah. Seriously.
I'm excited.
Insane.
But if that's a fire special hypo double het monsoon pied female, like, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just give up right now.
No.
Actually, it was kind of funny when I was talking about my Mr. Crystal Clown pairing. It made me, and then you were pulling out yours. It made me think of that, like, hold my beer meme. Because I'm like, I do it, Mr. Crystal the Clown, and you were like, hold my beer.
Yeah.
Look at my Mr. Crystal.
Honestly, though, making special het clowns
is not bad.
Especially not bad.
Yeah.
Right now, you can't find them. Like, you cannot get them. People want them so badly. So if you can make your own, do it. Yeah, absolutely. You absolutely should, because in 2, 3, 4 years, when people start using their just special clowns to make combos, you'll be in a good position to throw combo clown males to your special hets and make some cool stuff, because special clown right now is just going up. So by the time it maxes out, if you do get eggs this year, you should have females with some good size on them to be able to do some stuff with.
Yeah, well, it's a proven breeder, so I'm kind of hopeful. And she's got loony size follicles. Like, I barely have to touch when I can feel them. Like,
that's awesome.
They're there. I'm like, okay, well, yeah, I feel those.
That's good.
And then John felt her poop and was like, I feel the big one. I'm like, no, honey, that's a poop.
I feel the big one. That's what she said.
We're still learning over here, so we're literally like Googling something, watching videos, and I'm messaging people, and I'm like, hey, am I doing this right? Like,
use a paper towel and use only one finger.
Oh, I just use my hands straight up.
No, use only one finger. If you use all of your fingers, it'll give you a false read.
Interesting.
Because you're taking information from different appendages all at the same time, so your brain thinks it feels certain things. I'm not saying you can't do it that way. I'm sure if you get really used to it, you can be like, oh yeah, no problem. But when I was first learning, the best advice I got was use your middle finger only, and push a little bit harder than you think you should.
Oh yeah, I have no fear. She's not a nice animal and cranky, so I know she can take a little bit. So
yeah, that's good to know, because like I feel like I suck at palpating. Like I for some reason, like I'm trying and I think I'm feeling what I'm feeling, but then I second guess myself. I'm like, I don't know, is that what I'm feeling for? Like
it takes a while to get comfortable with it.
Yeah.
We actually,
it really does.
Marshall at Marshall Law Morphs and John Feely, when they surprised Zach, they actually taught him how to palpate on camera on my live.
That's awesome.
Like, they're like, pressing, like, you know, when you're pressing into a pop can and it's tense. And I'm like, that visual actually really helps.
Yeah.
Well, that's what you want to do, though. A lot of people just, like, hold the snake, and they're like, oh, I don't feel anything. It's like, you literally have to push up into their chest cavity.
Oh,
like,
Yeah.
Like, you got to get a...
What's great,
Chris
though,
needs
is
to
I
put
have...
a video up on his YouTube. Oh, for palpating. I plan to. I do plan to, yes.
What's great, though, is, like, I have John who can, like, usually I find most comfortable. He lets the snake go over his shoulder versus climbing into the tub. And then that's how I do it. It's just easier that way than letting it climb into the tub for me.
I have no problem with the tub method, but everybody's... I mean, fine.
I do with that Mystic Crystal, because she turns right back and comes at my face. Oh,
Mazda Reptile said, get an ultrasound. That would be great. I got one, and I barely use it. I still palpate. I find it easier than hooking up the ultrasound, getting it ready, pulling everything out. Like, I can palpate in 2 seconds with one piece of fucking paper towel.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. Nice, ultrasounds are great, but if I can't afford a $2,000 snake right now, I sure as hell can't afford a $2,000 ultrasound.
I just think it's cool, even if you do have one. That's such a nice... It's such a cool thing to just know how to do, like, just quickly, you know? Like, even if you just, if you just want that one female for the day, it's nice to be able just to feel it.
Yeah.
It's definitely a cool little toy to have. Like, obviously I play with it a lot. But I don't know. I don't think we needed it yet. Like, I think I got in my own head and convinced myself we needed it a lot more than we actually needed it at this point. I think by the end of 2021, I'll definitely need it just because of the sheer volume.
Time. Yeah. I mean, it would be nice in my case where I'm learning, so I could double check that what I'm feeling is right or what I'm seeing is right. But I'm winging it this year.
It was really funny because when we first talked about getting an ultrasound, my whole plan was, we got a portable one. My whole plan was to offer ultrasounding as a service and just say, hey, for X amount of dollars, I'll come check your collection. I'll do up to this many females or have this amount of time, and make it just a reasonable amount of money, like $50 for up to 40 females, something cheap.
Yeah.
And then COVID happened right as we bought the ultrasound.
Oh my God.
Oh,
So
no.
obviously that didn't happen. But it is what it is. It's not a big deal.
Oh man, that's brutal. I would have paid for that service, like for sure. Just to, like, seriously.
Oh,
that's a great idea.
Same. I would have been like,
Great
hey,
idea.
want to come double check to see like if I'm
Why
on the
not?
right track?
Seriously,
Right?
that's a great idea.
Because
and
you
there's
could
a lot
even
of
be
people-
like, here, I'll teach you how to palpate, but then I'll show you what you're feeling as well.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
absolutely.
That would be like a Patreon. I'll start one of those.
Yeah.
I told you to.
The idea of Patreon weirds me out. Like, I don't know. I'm not gonna go out of my way to make specialized merchandise for people. Like, I know I'm lazy, so I don't want people just giving me money for doing the nothing I always do, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So instead, he makes his Discord free.
Yeah,
Yeah.
why not?
And
It's awesome.
great. It's really fun. It's awesome for sure.
You know what
It
happens
it
when you
actually
charge for
is.
Discord? It kind of dies.
Don't know who we're talking about at all.
I really
No, you know what? Costco's Discord's popping. It's always full. So I'm
my
just
God.
messing around.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're messing around. Nobody's
Just messing
Discord.
around.
No. Patreon's definitely important to offer value, and a lot of them do not do that well. I actually see someone on Instagram that had 150 followers and had a Patreon.
There's a guy in the States, and I don't want to drop names here, but before they even ever had a clutch, they had a Patreon, and it almost completely buried them just because of how bad it made them look. Like, you're offering advice to people when you've never fucking done this before?
Yeah, that's brutal.
No.
Somebody said that to me about this show.
No. But you don't
Oh,
try
God.
to. It's not like you tell people that they have to pay $5 to get in here, and then
Yeah,
you
exactly.
claim you're giving out all this great information. You're saying, "Hey, here's some free airtime. Here, guys, come in and fucking swear off your ass and say stupid shit." That's what you.
And you ask a lot.
Well, you didn't really tell me to do, but that's what I'm gonna do. So
That's what you always do. I wouldn't expect anything less.
You
but
ask
yeah.
a lot of questions too, which is nice, right? Like, I mean, it's nice that someone's asking the questions that don't publicly get asked a lot too. Like,
And I think that's what that was my whole thing with this in general, was like, there's questions that people are just like, I don't want to bother them.
yeah. Yeah.
But that's why I like my Discord. I feel like people are a lot more relaxed and a lot more willing to ask questions that maybe they'd be a bit apprehensive to ask in like a big breeder Discord or a Facebook group.
Oh, especially a
like
Patreon where it's a very well-known person.
Mm-hmm. No, and it's true. So you come to our Discord where people are constantly just fucking dropping stupid gifs and telling fart jokes and
friggin' Paul.
It's all Paul. I didn't want to name drop, but it's 100% Paul. And then we have, but you know what? I think people just feel a lot more comfortable in a setting like that. So it lets them ask those questions that maybe they wouldn't have the confidence to ask anywhere else, which is what I wanted. That's what I wanted the Discord to be. I wanted it to just be a place where people can come, fuck around, ask questions, shoot the shit, show off their cool snakes. Like that's all I fucking wanted. So
organize game nights. We've done that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's nice, man. Like, people can ask like beginner questions and not feel like crap. Like they can just ask them openly and
There's a few
you know.
beginners in there.
Yeah,
Like
it's nice.
me included. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm just glad there's other people in there now because it is very lonely.
Yeah.
So I just installed weather stripping on my door to try to keep the heat in my snake room, and my cats have already knocked it off from the other side of the fucking door, trying to get it.
God, man.
Philip, you make a good point. You need to get on Chris's Discord. You can message him on Instagram. And
Well,
get an
Kathleen's
invite.
the mom, so you can message Kathleen too.
Literally, my job title in there is Kathleen is the mom now. It's not. I'd like to say I'm joking. I'm really not.
It sure is.
And he's so proud of himself too.
I sure am.
You could. Actually, I wonder if I could do this. I'll drop a link into the chat.
I don't think
Look
it'll
at
let you
me.
drop a link in the chat. I
Yes,
think it'll.
you can. You have to pin it. I can pin it.
Oh, you might be able to because it's your stream. Yeah, maybe.
I did that the other night with Marshall. I dropped the stream link in and said, if anybody wants to ask a question, have fun. And people popped in and asked questions. It was actually really fun.
That's good.
Yeah, we have no life here. Okay, I'm going to ask another question here for my category. So, sexing. Probing versus popping.
Popping.
I'm a prober.
Although
I bet you are.
I will say with adults, it's a little bit more difficult for me anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not that I think one way is better than the other. It's absolutely. It's just that's what I'm comfortable with. Is I can do both, but I will reach for the probe 10 times faster than I would just pop. Now, John will pop it. So, I mean,
You know what that is, Kathleen?
Leopard.
Leopard. Has it got vanilla in it?
Nope.
No.
You
Nope.
know what
You
this
know my
is.
second eye is a lesser leopard.
No.
No, I don't.
You wanted me to put this on your last stream, and he was in chat.
Oh, the DG.
Yep. Isn't that crazy? That's an adult. Look how fucking bright he is.
Yeah, that's insane.
I know.
Still looks
I
crazy.
love DG. Yeah, I love DG.
Look at the belly on him.
Yeah,
Like
it's
that
nuts.
line.
Yeah, that is crazy, man. Look at that. Leopard is slowly becoming I'm getting addicted to leopard now. Seriously.
Yep.
Like it is just even just the single form, but even mixing it into one other dom or codom, it's just nuts. Like you don't even need much for it to look insane.
Oh, absolutely. Like
she's in shed. Leopard yellow belly. Like it's just nuts.
Yeah.
But this thing's so bright.
And the flames on leopard yellow bellies are so nice. Like that red.
The belly's super cool.
Yeah. So sick, man.
I don't know. I'm kind of
leopard yellow
partial to
belly female.
I'm kind of partial to the leopard lesser.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely.
I have one of those.
Combo. Such a great combo.
Oh well, I'll do you one better and combine all of those together.
Of course.
Oh man.
Leopard pastel lesser yellow belly het clown.
Oh my god.
Same clutch as mine.
Yours is.
No,
yours came from the spot nose clutch.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure anyway. Yeah, yours came from the spot nose clutch. The clutch where I completely missed on absolutely everything I wanted, which is basically just a couple spot nose combo females, and I only hit one, which is lesser spot nose, which is the only one I didn't want to hit.
Yeah. Honestly, leopard is my favorite single gene because it whacks out patterns, but it also enhances at the same time.
Yep.
It's insane.
I don't know if you guys saw one of my new pickups, the Firefly Leopard Calico male that I picked up
from.
Yes, I see that.
Oh my god, I remember who it was.
You'll get it.
No, I'm not gonna remember.
No, next morph, Mandy. Next
fuck.
morph. Yes. Holy crap, man! That thing in person is.
I have something from Mandy. I have my Odicity NG
Yes.
fire/vanilla from her.
I had a feeling you got it from her too, because I also got something similar to that. I got the OG Enchi cinnamon fire vanilla mail.
Yeah.
And that thing is crazy in person. Like seriously, like orange, peachy orange, just nuts.
Yeah. It was a holdback for her, and then I pried it out of her hand.
So
He's awesome.
Justin just dropped in the chat. I put a Q&A for Billy about Enhancer versus DG, and Chris better stay out of it. He said, I know your take. So, you heard it here first. I'm not on
He's
the
not
podcast
on
Monday. I'm taking the fucking day off.
Catherine's on Monday.
Well deserved.
It's Myth Catherine, yep. Which is awesome. Catherine's really cool person. So, she deserves a little bit of spotlight.
Oh yeah, love her.
I was trying to vie for a me, Nick, and Catherine podcast, but it hasn't. That idea hasn't quite landed yet. So
yeah, she wants you and Nick to do her episode of Roundtable over on here. So that's happening. I don't know where my schedule is, but it's happening. Just have to. I lost my schedule and I'm not happy about it. So yeah, it's around the house here somewhere. It's just my children took it somewhere. Days off are for nerds.
oh my god, they sure are. I took Friday off from work and then I'm taking Monday off from the podcast. Like I'm just being a lazy bum. So
yeah, because you didn't do a podcast last night and tonight you said.
Nope.
Yeah. Like you got a lot going on, I'm sure. Like
so actually it won't start next week because it's Christmas. But I'm actually going to be starting something called Friday Night Lives on my YouTube.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the week. What is the week after? Is that New Year's?
The week after. Next weekend. No.
Nope. So that's
nope.
New Year's Day.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if I'll start it that day or the week after that. Well, I'll have to see. But yeah,
I would start it that day and
lives.
be like, we're starting the year with this project. Personally.
Nice.
Do you have an idea of a time slot yet?
I find 9 to be just a tiny bit too late because it very easily gets late for me. Like it's already almost.
Yep.
It is 10:30.
It's 11:30 for me.
So I'll probably aim for like 7:30 or 8 EST. I like 7 because of the podcasts, but I don't like how long the podcasts go, obviously. But yeah, I think 7:30. Probably go like 7:30 to 9:30.
Yeah.
But I gotta figure out this damn OBS. It's confusing.
Same. I'm still in StreamYard. Take my money, StreamYard. I'm done.
Take my money.
So, Sal, are you going to move over from Instagram Live over to YouTube?
Yeah, I might actually. I kind of like this. Yeah,
StreamYard's super easy to use.
I was just testing out Instagram Live, honestly, because I'm a pretty shy person, so I had no idea how I was going to be on live. Like, to be honest, like I keep to myself most of the time. Like I'm a very introverted person, so I wasn't sure if I was going to like it or if I was going to seem super nervous, and I still don't really know. But I got some good feedback from like my first live, so I was like, well, maybe as long as people are enjoying it and I'm having fun, then which I am. Yeah, I'm definitely considering it.
Yeah, the live you did with Cody was really good.
Yeah, that was fun. That was great.
Yeah,
and it helps like when you're in there asking questions too. Even though it took me half an hour to figure out how to answer questions, but it's
it makes it a lot easier when you have questions coming. Like if you have questions prepared, it's one thing, but when you have questions from other people that you're not prepared for, I find it actually makes things easier, weirdly enough.
Yeah.
Because it makes you think, and then you just sort of start talking, and you don't really know where you're going, but you're like, I'm gonna try. Like,
exactly.
We'll figure out where we're going when we get there.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, it kind of Go ahead.
I'd like to. No, my screen just there for a second. No, I try to have stuff prepared, but like tonight, I bit the dust.
Do you have anything else prepared?
Nope. We're just going with the flow, guys.
All right. See you later. No, just joking.
No, it's just kind of funny because I'll always ask like if anybody has any questions, any topics, and then nobody. And then afterwards, somebody's like, "I wish you had asked this," and I'm like, "Then why didn't you put it in the chat or ask me to?" Because guys, I'm so tired after booking all these things. Sometimes my mind's gone. And the thing is, too, I don't know what I don't know. I don't know if that makes any sense.
No, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, it's fine.
I'm new. Ooh, Alyssa Griffin Davis. Question, where do y'all see yourself in 5 years? Where Chris is now.
5 years, I'd like to have some sort of a separate building for the animals.
Yeah.
Mostly because it would be nice to have my second bedroom back. But more than that, I need more space. Like, literally my entire snake room is a second bedroom. It's not that big. Like, it's like it.
I have a whole base. I have a whole basement. Yeah. I have a whole basement, and it's not enough room.
My hedgehog's over there, and like, I don't have a ton of space, so I would like to have more space. In terms of like where I'm at breeder wise, like I don't really know because I feel like I'm getting pretty close to where I think I want to be production wise. Like once this rack is fully extended, that means me and Nick both have a 10. What do we have? 1048s because we've both extended ours up 4 levels.
Yeah.
And then 5044.
Yeah.
So I think that's a good amount of animals. And then we have 80 hatchling slots total. So, yeah, production wise, I think I'm going to top out there. But then again, Billy said that to me 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And you know how that ended up. So,
yeah.
I don't know. I can't really say. Honestly, I just want to produce some cool ass shit. Like, there's no better feeling than fucking having snakes come out of eggs and.
Yeah.
I can't wait for that. Like, I can't wait to sit there and see like my first little pipper and then cut the eggs.
So
and panic that I killed the animal because I cut the egg or something. Like,
get ready for the panic of cutting your first egg, because even if you wait till it pips, you'll cut it, and then you'll be like, "Oh no, I did something wrong. Everything's fucking."
That's what I said. The panic of like, did I kill my first animal?
The end of the world is fucking coming. It was my fault. Like,
oh my god. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
I'm. Aw, hi Sierra.
Kathleen said hi. She says hi.
She's bringing more alcohol.
Yeah, she just brought me the rest of the wine.
Nice.
Oh, she's
Thank you,
a
baby.
good bite.
I love you.
Why are you breaking their hearts?
Oh, Rem just got in. Well, the cats are here.
I mean, it was an hour and 33 minutes,
Because
and
you
there
told
was
me to
no
close the door.
cat.
Yeah, that's pretty good. New record.
I was like, where's the cat?
Closed.
Yeah.
So I installed the weather stripping on the door,
Yeah.
and the cats knocked it off from the other side.
Of course they did.
No.
It's fine. You can let them stay, babe.
No, 2 years, I kind of hope or 5 years, I kind of hope we're in our own house
Maybe.
by then, and we want to turn the whole basement into breeding central with different rooms that have, because my beardies are 40% humidity versus the balls that are something else, versus the Cuban false chameleons that is different. So I'd like to have different rooms with different humidity, so it's not such a pain in the butt. If that makes sense.
Yeah, for sure.
Because humidity's a bitch. It's hard to get it down to 40% for the beardies. Like, yeah.
Sal, everybody wants to know your answer. Really, that question was just for you, apparently. They didn't want to
No,
listen
no.
to
Everyone's
Kathleen Norman.
like,
They were like,
I want to
shut up,
get
you
to
other
know
two.
No
Seth.
comment. No
Yeah.
comment.
They're like,
Uh,
we've seen you guys cover, Kathleen and Chris.
I would say hopefully in 5 years I'd like to start. Well, my plan like this year was to hold a lot of females back. I want to start because like I said, I just started up again. So most of my bigger females are single gene animals. Like I do have some cool breeder girls. Like I have a pastel pied, I have 2 big pied females. I have a couple of the triple codom females and stuff like that. But I really hope to start getting into double recessives, like primarily clown pied stuff, desert ghost stuff. So my goal at this point is just trying to make some really nice females and start growing them up. I do have like some plans for next year, but things have to work out good. I'm not really releasing any info, but there's some cool things coming for sure. But yeah, there's
You
Mr.
can't do that on this
Secrets over
channel.
here.
it's not in terms of like snake breeding though. It's different. But I don't like staying my plans in case something doesn't work out, right? Like I don't want to be like, oh, I'm doing this, and then if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. So but it's not in terms of snake breeding. It has nothing to do with, like, oh, I have a secret genetic powerhouse. No, nothing like that. But
Is it in terms of breeding?
no, it's not in
He
terms
just
of breeding.
said it wasn't.
He said snakes breeding. I was clarifying.
Oh yeah, no, it's not like I'm venturing into a different reptile or anything like that. But I do have plans. Like there are plans in the works. But like I said, most of it is though. It's just getting some cool like double recessive stuff going and holding them back and growing them out. Really, that's kind of my plan. I don't really have nothing crazy planned.
So, where do you want to see yourself in the next 5 years? I have plans.
I have plans.
Thanks, dude.
No comment. No comment. I'm not sharing shit.
I got plans.
Yeah.
They're plans.
I got plans.
That'd be like going to the bank to like, I need a loan. Why? No reason, no comments.
why I
Can't
don't
tell
get-
you.
Because.
That's my problem.
Because.
Just because.
It'll come out. Just give it some time. Give it
That's
some
what she
time.
said.
Exactly. Just
Gross.
Go with
Gross.
that. But no, I would say like my main focus though in terms of ball pythons is raising up some bigger hitter females, I guess, like just some double recessive stuff. I still like stacked codoms. Like I know everyone's into recessive stuff, and recessive stuff is amazing. It's definitely like the future of ball pythons, but I still like stacked.
It's a pain in the butt.
I still like stacked codoms. I think like some of the 4 or 5 gene animals are nuts without adding recessive stuff. So
yeah.
Why not both?
That too, and that's part of it for sure. And yeah, let me pull this out over here.
Yeah, let me show you an example
Why
of stacked
not
codoms
both?
with a recessive.
Oh, damn. I'm going to get bit. Why not both? Why not
I
both?
knew that was coming out at some point.
That's what
Again, that's what she said.
Yeah. I will never get sick of seeing that animal. Like
Again, that's what she said.
Yeah. Every time you pull that out, I'll never get sick of it.
But, like, look how big this fucking animal is already. Like, this thing's
insane.
growing like
It grows.
crazy. I'm
Awesome.
so excited.
So funny.
I
how
think this is
some
the
grow,
coolest
like,
animal I've ever hatched. Like, she's amazing.
That head stamp too is just. I'm a sucker for head stamps and that head
Well,
stamp.
it's really funny. I took a picture, but it didn't turn out really well. So, obviously, like, you've seen her crazy-ass head, right?
Oh, my God.
Yeah, so you see that, but then... I left some other bins open. That's not good. But then compare that to this thing. And the only difference there is one codom, right? So compare that to this thing.
Yeah.
Which is the same thing, but pinstripe instead of spider. And the head just blushes out instead.
So weird. The body.
I need to get pinstripes
Oh,
so bad. I have no pinstripe.
Look at the dorsal on this thing.
That's crazy. I love that.
It's funny because I posted him for sale a couple times and he didn't move, and I'm just now like I'm looking at it and I'm like,
Paul.
I don't think I need to sell him.
You ain't going anywhere, buddy. Yeah, no, that thing is crazy.
Like, I don't think I need to.
Holy crap.
I'll probably still end up selling him only because we already held back a 4-gene het male that's
Yeah.
stronger than him, that doesn't have lesser. So, but it's so hard because every time I open his bin, I'm just like, what the fuck? He's just so cool.
Oh, you left? I didn't even know you left, Tyler. Mind you, I've been drinking a lot of wine, so that wasn't an insult. That's actually was I didn't notice you had left. I've had 2 big mugs of wine. This is great.
I fucking
No.
I love Pinstripe.
Oh,
I
hell yeah.
need
I love
Pinstripe.
Hell
Pinstripe.
yeah. I don't know how Pinstripe died off.
Buy this one.
Yeah.
I need female.
I'm not gonna sell you a female.
Well, I'm not buying any more males, or you'll make fun of me and be like, "Why do you have so many males?" So yeah.
I think one of my favorite pairings this year is my yellow belly pied to my lemon blast female, just to make some like holdback lemon blast yellow belly het pieds, because the pinstripe pied stuff is crazy, man.
Pinstripe pied.
It is nuts. Yes,
I
me too.
love it.
And especially once you
wanna-
start adding yellow belly orange dream, man. Holy.
Yellow belly
God.
pinstripe. I actually tagged Corey in a picture this week. Somebody posted a yellow belly pinstripe pied, and just it was unreal.
Seriously,
Just so
they
nice.
are unreal, so sick, and like adding orange dream and like, I just I don't know. I've been loving the pinstripe pied stuff lately, man.
Here you go, Kathleen.
What? Pinstripe.
It's pinstripe het clown female.
Oh, that's another
you
great
would.
combo. Is pinstripe clown stuff is just like.
Or how about this one?
Of course, because I need females and I need het
crap.
clowns. Of course you would. You know.
Um,
Because I'm sitting there being like, ooh, that would go nice with my leopard lesser het clown.
how about lemon blast het clown female?
Oh, I hate you.
She's so nice. I was really with that whole pairing, like as cool as that male is that we hit, all I wanted was a leopard lemon blast female to hold back. That's all I wanted, and I missed it.
I didn't realize Chris Sexton hit that. Cinnamon Pinstripe Ultramel.
That's sick.
Sweet.
Does he have it up on the gram? Because I'll look later. Because that sounds intense. Yeah. I need pinstripe. I want a pinstripe and I want to name it Shane.
Amazing.
That's been my goal since, he did that episode. Was I'm getting a pinstripe and I'm naming it Shane. Like,
Okay, I'll stop showing off snakes for a bit.
yeah.
What? No way.
If anybody doesn't know, Shane, Small Tan Exotics, his least favorite morph is pinstripe. Because he's insane.
You can't blame Shane for being wrong. It happens to us all sometimes.
I mean, it's not like it's banana. Banana is just,
Banana's fantastic.
Yeah. Banana clowns. I like the banana clown stuff.
Can't blame you for being wrong either, I guess, Kathleen. You're still new. You'll get it eventually.
I have 3 bananas. Because that's John's favorite morph.
You just don't like the...
Kathleen, it's not on my podcast. It was on Billy's. Because it was him and Antoine with High Desert. Why do I remember that? Because I'm creepy.
I think that was the 2nd or 3rd episode.
Yeah, because the first episode was with Tom.
Yeah.
And then, I think it was the 2nd or 3rd. Back before anybody really knew me, and I was just still sitting in the chat, just chatting away, but nobody acknowledged me. And I'm
Wait,
like,
what?
well, that...
You're talking?
Yeah.
And we got booted off. Good night, folks.
And that's the end.
So glad you guys liked tonight's show.
Oh my god.
So this will be the last time we're appearing on the show.
You set yourself up for that 1,000%.
Oh.
Yeah, I talked to you. That's what happened. Daily basis, guys. Daily basis.
Oh.
So, this is a new one.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure my cat chewed. If this is gonna, it's not gonna show up.
Oh.
My cat chewed on my label somehow.
Magic.
My yellow belly pine hat lavender mail. Like this is on my rack. It is like magnetically stuck here. Like how did they put a bite mark on it?
Did it fall to the ground
I
quickly?
don't even understand. No.
Wow.
There was 2 that fell down to the ground today, and it wasn't that. Neither of them were that one.
Does the cat just randomly bite the bar? Because
No, but she does bite phones. Weirdly enough, she's kind of stupid. If you're texting and she's on your lap, she'll just like. You're just like,
That
"What the fuck?
sounds-
Go away."
that sounds like my 9-month-old human child. Like,
That's gross.
Oh.
yeah, I know. Children. They're
Yeah.
disgusting.
Mm. The best part.
Yeah.
The best part about well, I shouldn't say the best part. There's a lot of good parts, but the live I was on last night with Zach, somebody made a comment about children.
Oh
and
my
I
god,
just
that's so
said,
good. Breeding children. Something about breeding children or something.
yeah. And
Chris,
Sarah
oh
had
no, Zach said something about it doesn't matter what you breed. And
Yes.
snakes, whatever, children, like,
Whichever.
yeah.
So I can't remember what I said, but you just heard Sarah yell from the other room, just ha!
Ha!
No kids here. No, thank you.
Yeah.
I'll just hatch snakes. I'm good.
Yeah, I mean, I like 1 out of 3 of mine. Like,
That's pretty good.
she helps clean the animals, and she likes the
Zach
animals.
said, "How much are your shirts shipped to the U.S.?" I only have large and extra large right now, so
They wouldn't fit your skinny butt, boy.
yeah, he's a smaller fella. But I don't know. I think it costs like $9-10 to ship to the U.S. So I got some new personalized mailers, so I can actually use them if somebody buys a shirt. That'd be nice.
Yeah, I was showing Scarlett earlier your guys' interview last night because I mentioned in the chat, I'm like, yeah, I only like Scarlett, like, you know, out of my kids. And you're like, Scarlett's awesome, blah, 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 blah. So I showed her that, and she's like, they talked about me, I'm famous.
Aw.
That's amazing.
So cute.
She calls Zach Zachy Poo. Like, we popped
Don't we all?
into Sal at Gomez Python, his live the other night. It was me, Chino, and Zach. And Scarlett, of course, popped in. And she's like, hi, Sal. Hi, Chino. And she's like, hi, Zachy Poo. And I'm like, oh, God. And then she's like, well, the thing is, if she thinks Zach is a kid like her, she thinks he's maybe 8 or 10.
That's
And
funny.
she's like, how come he could have a reticulated python at 8 or 10, but I can't?
That's amazing.
And I'm like, well, 1, they're illegal in New Brunswick, and 2, he's not 8 or 10. Yes, he is. He's a kid. I'm like, no.
Not that little, Zach
No.
says.
That little. All according to Scarlett. You know,
Amazing. So good.
Oh my god.
that kid roasts people. Like, it's great.
You know what I just got set up today? Can I switch this around? Can I
Yeah.
flip them like
That's okay. There was the day where she thought Shane was your dad.
I got my new Herpstat 2 spiderweb set up today.
Ooh, how do you like it?
I can't connect it to my Wi-Fi, so far I'm not too fond of it. But
Oh.
once I figure that out,
Does it have the buttons that, like, you press on the... Did you die?
I don't know what just happened. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
I have no idea what just happened. Oh, there we go.
Nope.
Does it have that button, like the 2 arrows in a circle that you hit that, then you hit that button on your modem?
What's that? No, it's got a really weird interface where you have
Yeah.
to basically type in the password with like a scroll wheel. It's so weird. And I just, because I was...
Why didn't they put that button on? That would have made things 10 times easier.
I don't know.
Do you guys even know about the button I'm talking about?
Nope.
I know of buttons.
Yeah,
It's
I've
this
seen
little
a button
button that
before.
It's this little button that'll be on like your modem and then on certain things. And if you press both at the same time, whenever you want to connect, they'll actually connect together and exchange information. And, you know, like two young people at a bar. Do people even go to those anymore? Wait, no, it's COVID.
Nah.
I haven't been to one in 11 years. So
Yeah, me neither.
What, a bar? Oh,
Yep.
I just really like drinking, I guess, because I used to go all the time.
I just drink at home.
Yeah, that's okay, but then when you run out of booze and you want to keep drinking, there's only really one option if it's past whatever time your liquor store closes, so...
Yeah, but then I'd have to hire a babysitter.
Yeah, see, that's one of the many reasons I never want children.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat.
Yeah.
We have a metal bar.
Your boat.
We have a metal bar that's literally like a 5-minute walk from our place. So
Oh, sweet. That's
yeah,
awesome.
it's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Well, it was before COVID.
Yeah.
No, wait. I did go to a bar a few years ago, and it was right when John and I first started dating, and I got really tanked, and I got lost and didn't know where I was, and everybody ditched me. And I texted him, and he's like, "Where are you?" I'm like, "Well, if I knew where I was, I wouldn't be lost."
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Oh my god.
he's like, "Can you call a cab or something?" And I'm like, "Well, no, I don't know where I am." He's like, "What do you see around you?" I'm like, "Trees." What happened was I got myself into like this decorative gazebo in a park somewhere and kept turning around into like the bushes. What's sad is it's like 3 steps away from the highway.
Well done. I'm
Good
proud of
times. That was the first time I had drank in
Good
6
times.
years. Yeah. Only 5'8". I'm 5'7".
I'm shorter than that, so
Those genetics.
I'm a clean 5'1", so perfect.
Yeah. So is there any genes you will not play with, guys? You refuse to, don't want it, no interest.
you. Wookie.
Yeah. To be honest.
I don't see what all the fuss is about, honestly.
Nope.
I just hate anything named after anything Star Wars.
I just don't see.
Oh my god.
I don't see the price. I don't personally see the price point yet.
Fuck
it.
off.
That usually works.
Nope, didn't work.
Nope.
I tried.
Yeah, it's like my snake that'll go right for the Christmas tree, and then you pull him back, and he's like, nope,
Nope.
Christmas tree.
I'm going there.
I'm like, you are not a green tree python. Like, seriously, dude. I mean, other than Wookiee, because, I mean, we all know Christmas disdain from Wookiee.
Wait, what?
You're vocal of your dislike about Wookiee.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. I don't see the price point yet. I don't see it yet personally.
It was
I
actually really funny because Jason from Morph Mixology was going to get a Wookiee combo. And I was just like, why? And I made him question it to the point where he backed out of the deal.
Oh my god. That was in the live, right?
And then I felt really bad. Well, it was that plus some conversations prior, because I talked to Jason all the time. And then I felt terrible because I was like, dude, I just don't like it. Like, it might be amazing. Like, I really hope that doesn't come back to bite you in the ass.
I looked at the stuff and I'm like, I don't get it.
Well,
Like, I just
when people are
don't get
posting combos, and they're like, oh, it's a so-and-so Wookiee, and you're like, that looks exactly like every other so-and-so I've ever seen, and I have no idea what I'm looking for the Wookiee. Like, how is that exciting?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I look at it, I'm like, okay, what am I looking at? Like,
yeah. I don't see it yet. I don't know.
That's like a lot of these red genes. I'm looking at it.
The red gene, rare gene stuff, I can't get behind it. I don't know. I'm sure it does something. I just don't know. Paul Taylor said, so if Wookiee was named Maynard, Chris would love it. I would hate it less. I would hate it less. For both Tool and the Wine Gums, because I love both.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Maynard Wine Gums. Damn, now I want some Maynard Wine Gums.
They don't have those down in the States.
Oh, really?
So they
What?
don't know what we're talking about, guys.
Oh my god, you guys are missing out, man. No
Oh,
ketchup chips or
so
So
good.
here we are laughing about the Maynard's joke, and he had no idea what he was, walking
Hey, that's
into.
fine. If I just tossed out an inside joke, that works for me.
Yeah.
I still can't believe that Antoine told me that he'd fucking hook me up with a personalized video from Maynard if he ever rolled with him again. I was fucking blown away. It's so cool.
Ooh, there's a good one. Scariest moment working with reptiles and best moment working with reptiles.
Oh,
Can either of you answer this? Because it's going to take me a while to think of the first one.
Scariest moment, it was shortly after we moved, and I went downstairs, and one of my snakes was laying sideways, half near dead for some reason. Like, I don't know what was going on with the mouth gates open, everything. And I remember the day before being at a crowd cast with Billy, and Billy mentioned something about, like, stress our eyes. Like, they get stressed, and it's almost like a respiratory infection, almost, symptoms.
Well,
And
stress can cause them to get an RI.
yeah, that's what I mean. So I was just like, this is like literally days after we had moved. So I remember grabbing him, and I put him in like a little container, and then inside the container I had warm water and eucalyptus oil, and kind of like hotboxed him for a little bit. Did that a few times. He's fine. He snapped right back up. Great. It was the banana mahogany. Like,
That's good.
I thought like, John's like, oh my God, he's gone. And I went down and I grabbed him, and I'm like, I can feel him breathing, but barely. But it was just weird. But that's what I did, and it worked, and he's fine. I mean, I just took a picture of him the other day.
nice.
And the best, I'd have to say when I taught my turtles how to swim. That probably still. They're 15. Okay, so they're 15 years old. You know those little tiny turtle tanks they have that have the angle? They kept them in water that deep, 2 of them, in those little tiny things. And they're Mississippi bath turtles, and they need about, you can probably get away with 2 males in a 75-gallon, but I have them at 125.
Nice.
So they're 15 years old. They've never seen UVB. They have pyramiding on their thing more than they normally would. And they didn't know how to swim. And I had to teach them how to swim. I had to teach them how to hunt. Because you would drop minnows in and they didn't know what to do. So, yeah. So now they swim in a 125-gallon tank, and they eat minnows and super worms. And, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Back in the day. What about you guys?
I think my scariest, when I had mentioned earlier in the cast that the first ball python I ever got, unfortunately, like I didn't really know what I was doing back then, but after about a month and a half, I had noticed that she had scale rot on the bottom of her belly. I bought her from like a local store that is now shut down for obvious reasons. But at the time, I didn't really, like, there wasn't as much to research online. So I didn't realize there were home remedies that I could do to help out with scale rot. So I brought her to the vet, spent a lot of money. I don't remember how much money it was, and had to give her shots because that's what the vet recommended to me at the time, as well as using polysporin, which was a recommended dosage that they had given me, but essentially polysporin. So I had to use that accompanied with shots, and giving my snake shots. That was probably the worst thing I've dealt with so far, just because I wasn't used to anything yet. I hadn't been into reptiles long. I'd only had my bearded dragon previous to that. So, and now looking back on it, I'm sure I could have probably just done it with polysporin, not given her shots, because it wasn't extreme or anything, but she had it. That was probably the worst thing I've dealt with, just personally, because I hate seeing any animal have to go through pain and then having to pretty much hold it down and give it shots. To me, it felt shitty to me. And then, like, she got better, which was awesome. Like, she ended up being fine. but that was probably one of the worst experiences. Either that or my first clutch that I ever had in 2013 or 14. I can't remember now. I had a male pied het exanthic to a double het, and back in 2013 or 14, that was like insane to me. But the eggs went bad in incubation. And that was devastating because, like, not only was I excited for my first clutch, but what the pairing was going to be huge for me. Like, I didn't care what the hell I got. I was just excited, but the potential. Yeah. And I had raised the male from a hatchling, and the female was a yearling when I bought her. So both Marcus Jane. So that was devastating to me. It almost took me out of wanting to breed at that point. And then I would say my best moment was my first litter of boas in 2011, because that's what got me into reptiles.
Yeah.
And again, at that point, I didn't know too much. I didn't know a lot about breeding or anything like that. But yeah, that was the most exciting moment I've had in a long time. Just waking up and coming down to the tank at that time, because I did have them in a tank, to be honest. But seeing that litter of boas, like, just like completely opened up for me, and like that's when I knew, like, I wanted to start breeding reptiles. Just seeing those babies, man, come out and like already be so curious and like ready for food, and like just, I don't know, that was like just such an amazing moment to me. Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah,
I love that boas are litters.
yeah, it's so cool. Just to see them come out live is just amazing. Like, some of them still have or whatever, but like it was just amazing to come out and see the female sitting there, and you just see this big mess, right? Like, it's just like a big yolky mess, but there's all these like little snakes already so curious, like just right out of mom, just ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
It was just amazing to me, man. Like,
that sounds familiar.
Yeah. It changed me. Like, I was like, man, I want to do this. Like, I want to keep producing. And I had 2 more litters after that. And, you know, I was able to breed them every second year. But I was doing it in a weird way. Like, I wasn't doing it in a conventional way. I didn't have them. I had them in, like, they were unfortunately living in the same tank. We had separate heat sources for them. It was an 8-foot enclosure. But we had separate heat sources for them, separate water dishes. Cool zone was in the middle. And I wouldn't do that again, but it worked. And I know a lot of people have troubles breeding boas, so it's kind of interesting how it did work out for us. Not like I would recommend doing that, but it worked at the time. But very exciting stuff for me anyway.
I've never had a live birth, like, reptile breed for me ever. So I'm kind of jealous. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I'd like to breed my my female blue tongue at some point. I don't think I'm ready for it now, because apparently there's quite a bit involved. But they do live birth, and I think it'd be really cool to just come in and see these little tiny, crazy ass skinks with their mouth wide open trying to.
Oh my god, they're like, I'm big and scary. I'm gonna
I can't wait. Once we have more room, I'll probably grab a male. But my scariest one, I have a lot. Having to take that one baby off the egg and the yolk sac and the umbilicus this year was a big one. Having to amputate her because I had never done that before. That was pretty scary. But my scariest moment was there used to be a reptile shop in my hometown here called Hamilton Reptile. It doesn't exist anymore. But a few of my buddies ran it. So I would go down and help them out every once in a while. And they were in the process of moving. So we were going through their freezer, pulling out rats and mice, like obviously frozen, and rebagging them, because a lot of them were like partial bags of different sizes and stuff like that. So we were rebagging everything to make full bags, just so, you know, it was a little more organized once we moved. And then after that, I was asked to go move a 9-foot Colombian red tail.
Oh, man.
And I didn't think to wash my hands.
Oh.
And I think it was a male, but I could be wrong. But it grabbed me right around the side of my arm, and it just started, like, and I had never dealt with a big snake before. Like, this is back in like 2012. So it got me, and it just started wrapping, and looking back at it now, I know I would have been fine, because like a snake that size couldn't really do any harm to you besides like, oh shit, I can't move for a couple minutes, and there were people there.
Yeah.
But just in the moment, scary as hell.
Yeah.
So that was fun. And then best, that's hard because I've had a lot of really cool things happen. Probably
When you brought that stranger home?
Yeah.
when I brought what?
The stranger home.
No, it was probably
No,
when
I
this
don't
girl-
mean the snake. That stranger, the dude you picked up on the side of the road.
No, he's already dead.
Not that guy.
It was
Chris got
probably
what he wanted from him.
Oh my god.
it was probably when this girl hatched.
Oh man.
So if you don't know the story behind her, she came out of whoa, I almost dropped my wine.
Oh, the little.
This egg.
Holy crap, man.
See, most people would have like chucked that egg and
Yeah.
been like, "Yeah."
Seriously.
So we have a pastel lesser female. She's actually right behind me right here. She's the wife snake. Her name's Mango. We got her not long after we first got back. Well, when I first got back into breeding, I'm sure you guys have heard this story a few times, but I bought a snake from Billy. It was going to show the wife a couple clutches, blah, 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 right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I had posted a couple things on my Facebook just saying, yeah, like just showing off the snakes because I was kind of getting back into it. And
Yeah.
a friend of mine was like, oh, we got this animal from an expo. We can't really take care of it anymore. Like, do you want it? And they weren't asking for any money or anything. So we were like, okay, we'll come take a look. And it was a beautiful, what I thought was only a pastel lesser female. And she was probably about 200 grams, and they weren't asking for anything. And as soon as Sierra saw her, she fell in love. She was just like, okay, we're taking. Fine, no biggie. Like I had a couple racks still sitting around, so it wasn't a big deal. Fast forward to her first year breeding, which was 2019. Bred her to a lesser clown male. Was hoping to hit some bellhead clowns the whole back.
Mm.
Fucking cats just scared the shit out of me. But yeah, sorry, I was trying to just make some bellhead clowns the whole back, and maybe sell a couple for $500-600 or something, make a little bit of money.
Yeah.
So bunch of good locks in. She was looking great, nice body size, was looking great, no problems.
Yeah.
Completely slugged out. Got a couple other clutches from the male, so I don't know why. Whatever, shit happens. Move on. So this year, I decided, hey, let's do the same thing. I think the wife would really like it if I hatched a white snake. But this time, I'm going to be a bit smarter about it and try to make some other stuff too that I could actually do something with, because I don't want bells.
Yeah.
I don't need bells.
Yeah.
So I use the pastel lesser leopard clown.
Yeah.
So threw them together, same thing. Lots of locks. She was looking fantastic. You know what I mean? Went through the whole thing again. This time, completely slugged out, except for 2 eggs. The 2 eggs were both boob eggs. One of them looked amazing. It looked nothing like this. It was just a tiny little boob egg. It was basically like a full-size, good-looking egg with a tiny boob on it. And then this one, which looked like this. More than half of it was the boob. Bad veins. So I was like, okay, this one's not going to make it, and the other one's going to go to term, hopefully, blah, blah, blah. Complete opposite. The one that looked good went bad almost right away. So now I'm going on 2 years with one shitty-ass looking egg that's molding and stuff. Like, I'm constantly fighting mold because the boob is so big on the egg. More of the egg is dead than is alive, right? So I'm constantly fighting mold and all this kind of crap. So I was like, oh, this is going to suck. So come day like 45 or 46, the egg looks really bad. It's super desiccated and it's that small. So you can only imagine, right? So I was like, fuck, I got to do something. So we cut it early. I added some water. I I don't think that animal came out until like day 62 or 63. So I had over 2 weeks after I cut the egg of thinking this animal's dead. There's no way it's coming out. Blah blah blah. Fucking cats, fuck off. So this animal crawls out. And keep in mind, all I think I can hit is pastel, super pastel, lesser, super lesser, and then leopard, right? So any combination of these. And this thing crawls out.
Jesus, man.
So
Holy.
look at the head.
Wow.
So we deduced that the female is actually an orange dream pastel lesser.
Nice.
And this is an OD pastel lesser Leo.
Wow.
Het clown. Out of one egg that should have never made it. So, like, a pairing I did just for shits and giggles to keep the wife happy turned out to be one of the most stressful things I've ever done in the hobby. Turned out to be one of the coolest, most amazing animals I've ever hatched.
That's amazing.
And it's never going anywhere. Sierra has named her. Her name is Katia.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a nice little powerhouse female anyway.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing. After all of that, I hit an amazing animal that I should have never hit. Well, I shouldn't have even been able to hit this out of the combo.
Yeah.
Like, so
Unreal.
It was nuts how it ended up working out. But this animal coming out and taking its first meal and having its first shed, that was my best moment.
That's
Followed
amazing.
not far behind by the motley yellow belly het clown that I had to take the yolk sac off and took 2 months to shed for the first time, and that was something else too. But I had a couple firsts this year, and it was pretty cool. But I'm very happy with this animal.
I would be too.
Yeah, especially seeing the eggs. The egg is like shocking to see. Like Kathleen said, most people would just toss that. Like, nope, that's not fucking happening. Basically,
like look at this. Isn't that nuts?
Insane.
Like this is my pinky finger. Like it's not even the. It's so small. That animal came out, I think, at 29 grams, and I was surprised it was 29 grams.
Yeah.
I was surprised it was that big.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
That's insane.
yeah, that was my best moment because I cut the egg with the wife, and I sort of let her, like, don't get your hopes up. You know what I mean? Like, this is probably not going to be the best, because I was half expecting to open that egg up and it'd be just an underdeveloped snake that didn't go past like day 30. You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't expecting much. So when I cut it and actually saw like a moving animal that was fully developed, I was like, wow, this is kind of crazy. And I assumed the colors that I was seeing was just because I cut it so early. I was like, okay, it just hasn't colored up yet. So I was like, okay, I had to have just hit a pastel lesser leopard, and it must just not have colored up yet. Well, I hadn't hit one of these yet, so I had no idea what I would have been looking for. But this is what it should have looked like had it just been a pastel lesser leopard.
That's nuts. The difference is crazy. Like,
so seeing this and then seeing that, it's night and day, right? Like,
oh yeah.
I love how the dorsal on this thing goes from erratic to like a dorsal line to then pattern line.
That's insane.
Yeah, I think that's my male. This dude's for sale. I have a female I'm keeping. I was going to sell her to April, but no.
Apparently someone just emailed me a question. Guys, you can put them in the chat, you know.
I am going to have to wrap this up soon because I just got the 10% notification on my phone.
Same. I think this will be the last one, and then we sign off because I just feel like we have to get through it. DIY incubators. Which is better, the wine fridge with heat tape method or the igloo with the fish aquarium method? I think we mean like the igloo cooler.
Chris has made a statement.
I think both can work. It all depends. I've always used these. Yeah. I know what this does. I know how it works. I know the hot spots, the cold spots. I don't know the first fucking thing about doing the water fish tank heater method. I'm sure it works great. I've never done it. I don't know how to do it. I think if I tried to do it, it would freak me right the hell out. So I'm going to say this, but I know there's lots of different ways to do a lot of different things in this hobby.
Yeah.
And I know there's a ton of people that use that method, big and small, to great success. So I'm not going to shit on it. I'm just going to say this is my vote because this is what I know.
Yeah. What do you
Yep.
think, Sal?
I've only, like, I just got the Cornell's World Incubator this year, but previous to that, it's always been the wine fridge or mini fridge or whatever method. I haven't done the igloo method myself. However, I've been in the fish hobby for just as long as reptiles. So I don't see an issue with it as long as you're using the appropriate equipment. I think, like Chris said, basically either way, whatever you're more comfortable with, if you've been using that method and it works for you, then yeah, run with it. Because once you get used to a method and it works for you, then yeah, I would keep doing it too. I mean, why, if you don't need to expand, or there's no need to expand, or even if you do and you want to keep using that method, then hell yeah, go for it. Like,
well,
yeah.
What's funny is this year we were like, oh, we should get the Cornell's World Incubators, and I was like, realistically, I can get 6 clutches in this.
Yep.
I know we were going to have more than 6 clutches, but I was like, the likelihood at where we're at production-wise of having 6 simultaneously is very low. So I was like, you know what? I know this thing works.
Yeah.
And you know what? That almost came back to bite me in the ass because I was full one time.
But I mean, at least you have backup with Nick, right?
Nick didn't have his at the time. Nick just got his a couple months ago. But I think I had like a 4-day overlap of like taking babies out and putting the next clutch in. Like, it was crazy close. But
wow.
I was prepared to maternally incubate if I had to, so I wasn't too concerned. But yeah, we've actually, so Nick bought his Cornell's World Incubator a couple months ago, and now I'm waiting for mine. So we're actually both going to have a small, which say they hold 6, but they actually hold 9. So we're going to have 18 spots between the two of us, which should do us for easily the next 2-3 years.
Oh, yeah.
And then even Tyler, he got the medium-sized one, and he was like, I think this is too big for me. Like,
I remember that
huge.
conversation.
They're so big. Like,
they're huge.
I think I'd rather get a bunch of littler ones anyways, because I have different species, right?
I got the large one, and now I'm like, man, this is going to take me, like,
You got a large one?
Yeah, I have years to go before that thing is even. And the only reason I did it is because, first of all, it's local, so I didn't have to worry about shipping. They're in Calgary, so I didn't have to worry about shipping. And I wanted to plan for the future. I figured if I'm getting it anyway, like if you go from the medium to the large, it's actually not that much more.
No, it's like what? So, like $300 or something like that for double the size. Like,
that's why
crazy.
I was like, I would just rather plan for the future, just in case. I mean, I don't know if I'll even get there. I mean, it might take years and years, but like I said, it was local. It was gonna be. I have to pick it up anyway, so the margin for the difference wasn't much. So I figured might as well.
I took a lot of factors into consideration, and the biggest one for me was, I don't have the fucking space for that fucking monstrosity.
It is. It's a monster.
I barely fit the shit I have.
See,
it's a monster.
I'm doing the cooler one this year, like Zach did with Velvet Reptile.
Yeah.
Just because, one, I just came out of the fish hobby. So guess what I have laying around?
Yep. Heaters galore.
Heaters galore. 2, I can't find a broken damn fridge or wine cooler for the life of me.
Yeah, hard here too.
See, I got lucky because as soon as I went looking, somebody was like, "Oh, I have a brand new one. I don't want it. You just want to take it?" And I was like, "Brand new what?" And they were like, "Yeah, I don't want it." So I actually set mine up so I could just take the heat tape back out and use it as a wine cooler if I wanted to. If I want to keep this and use it to brumate my my hog noses, I can do that if I want, which is fantastic. Because it was brand new, I was like, I don't really want to destroy this poor thing. So
so that's what I'm doing this year because it can take me 5 minutes to set it up. Like, really.
Yeah,
but I think I'm gonna actually talk to Tyler and just be like, hey, do you want to trade one of our small ones for your medium and maybe a little bit of cash? Because it wouldn't hurt to have a bigger one. But Anyway,
all right,
I'm pretty sure my phone's gonna die. I'm
going to close this off. Thanks, everybody, for coming to the first round table. Sorry, it was half-assed done. Thanks to Sal for coming in last minute.
Yeah, no worries.
Chris.
Thank you.
You're always around here. I'm just not even going to bother to thank you, but whatever. No.
You're gonna regret that one.
Oh, I love you, Chris. No, I appreciate Chris for coming on. He's booked a little bit over the next little bit because Chris is like, I got nothing to do. Oh, come on.
Yep.
All right. Thank you guys. Have a good night. Bye.
Have a good one.